My friends, there are seasons in life when the weight of the world seems too heavy to bear. There are nights when your pillow is soaked with tears, and mornings when you wonder how you will ever rise from the bed. Life has a way of breaking us. It does not always come through storms or tragedies. It can be through quiet disappointments, betrayals, or the crushing silence of dreams unfulfilled. But hear this truth: being broken is not the end. In fact, it can be the very beginning of your strength. A seed must first be buried and broken in the soil before it can push upward toward the light. So it is with us. When life shatters your plans, it may be that something greater is being prepared. Do not despise the breaking. Out of it comes growth. Out of it comes humility. Out of it comes a new fire within your spirit. Sometimes life must break you in order to remake you. Yes, you may feel forgotten, abandoned, cast aside. You may wonder why others are moving forward while you are stuck in the rubble. But hear me clearly, the breaking is not to destroy you. It is to prepare you. A broken heart becomes more compassionate. A broken spirit becomes more resilient. A broken dream makes room for a greater vision. So do not curse the darkness. Do not waste your pain. Let the breaking push you closer to purpose. Let it teach you to rise again, not in your own strength alone, but with a resolve forged in the fire of trials. When life breaks you, you have two choices. You can surrender to despair, or you can choose to fight for the light that is still within you. The struggle is real, but so is the victory. Every scar you carry will one day become a testimony of survival, of strength, of faith that did not bend. My friends, don't run from the breaking. Lean into it. For what feels like the end may be the very foundation of your new beginning. The night may be long, but morning always comes. And when it does, you will rise. Not the same as before, but stronger, wiser, and unshakable. So lift your head, wipe your tears, and step forward. The breaking was not your defeat. It was the doorway to your destiny. My friends, there comes a time in every life when the weight of pain feels unbearable, when the soul is weary, and the heart is crushed under the burden of trials. Maybe it was the loss of someone you love. Maybe it was betrayal by someone you trusted. Or maybe it was the quiet collapse of a dream you built your entire life upon. In those moments, life has a way of breaking us. It strips away our strength, it bends our will, and it makes us question whether we will ever rise again. But let me remind you of this truth. Brokenness is not the end. In fact, brokenness is often the very beginning of strength. You see, a seed must be broken in the ground before life can spring forth from it. The shell has to crack. The outer layer has to die before the miracle of growth can happen. And so it is with us. When life breaks you, it may not be to destroy you. It may be to release the strength that has been hidden within you all along. We live in a world that glorifies strength, independence, and perfection. People put on smiles and masks, pretending they are unshaken, pretending they are strong at all times. But true strength is not found in never being broken. True strength is found in what you do after the breaking. Will you stay down in the ashes of despair, or will you rise and rebuild with a heart that has been made deeper, stronger, and more compassionate through suffering? Think about it. Some of the most powerful people you've ever known are not those who lived lives without struggle. They are the ones who walked through fire and came out refined. They are the ones who carried scars but wore them as badges of survival. They are the ones who discovered that the cracks in their life were not signs of weakness, but openings through which light could shine. Maybe right now you feel shattered. Maybe your dreams lie in pieces around you, and you are sitting in silence wondering if you will ever have the strength to begin again. My friend, it is in this very place of brokenness that you are being shaped for something greater. Brokenness humbles us. It strips away pride. It forces us to see what truly matters. It gives us compassion for the pain of others. And most of all, it teaches us that strength is not the absence of struggle, but the courage to keep going in spite of it. Do not despise your brokenness. Do not think it has made you less. It is molding you. It is refining you. The pain you feel today is carving out space in your soul for a deeper kind of strength, a deeper kind of faith, and a deeper kind of love. Consider the potter's clay. In its natural state, clay is shapeless, weak, and fragile. But when the potter places it on the wheel, he presses, he bends, he breaks it down again and again, shaping and reshaping until it takes form. Then he places it in the fire, and only through the heat does it become solid, strong, and useful. That is the story of your life. The breaking is not to waste you. It is to shape you into what you were meant to be. Many people think that success is built in the spotlight, but it is not. Success is built in the shadows, in the moments of crushing, in the seasons when no one is watching, in the nights of tears, in the hours of doubt. That is where resilience is formed. That is where character is born. That is where true greatness is forged. And I tell you today, your story is not over. Brokenness does not mark the end of your journey. It marks the start of a new chapter. What feels like ruin may actually be the foundation for rebuilding something stronger, something more beautiful, something that can withstand storms that once would have destroyed you. There will be times when you are tempted to quit. There will be days when it feels easier to remain broken, easier to surrender to despair, easier to believe the lie that life is finished for you. But hear me clearly, you are not finished. The fact that you are still here, breathing, standing, listening, means that there is still purpose in you. And that purpose is waiting on the other side of your pain. Every scar you carry tells a story. Every tear you have shed is evidence that you loved, that you cared, that you fought. And every scar will one day serve as a testimony, not of your weakness, but of your strength. You will look back on the things that broke you and see how they made you. You will look back on the pain and recognize that it prepared you for the battles ahead. You will look back on the tears and realize they watered the soil of your growth. Do not run from brokenness. Do not hide from it. Embrace it. For it is through the cracks of life that your true power is revealed. And when you rise from this season, you will not be the same person who entered it. You will be wiser. You will be stronger. You will be more unshakable than ever before. Remember this, even the strongest steel is formed in the hottest fire. Even the tallest mountain is shaped by pressure over time. Even the brightest diamond is formed under immense weight. Your brokenness is not disqualifying you. It is qualifying you for a greater strength, a greater resilience, a greater destiny. So, lift your head, wipe your tears. The night may feel endless, but dawn is on the way. The season of breaking may feel unbearable, but it is shaping you into someone unstoppable. Brokenness is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It is not your defeat. It is the doorway to your destiny. When life breaks you, rise with the resolve that you will not be defined by what happened to you, but by how you responded. Rise with the determination that your scars will not be a symbol of shame, but a testimony of survival. Rise with the faith that though you were broken, you are not finished. Because in the end, brokenness is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your strength, the birth of your purpose, and the proof that even in your weakest moments, you can rise again. My friends, there comes a time in every life when the pain seems too heavy, when the burdens feel too great, when the night appears so long that morning seems like a distant dream. Life, in its unpredictability, has a way of testing us, bending us, and yes, even breaking us. The disappointments that crush our hopes, the betrayals that pierce our hearts, the losses that steal our joy, all of these wounds can leave us wondering if we will ever stand again. But hear me when I tell you, pain is not your enemy. Pain is not the end. Pain is the pathway through which you discover your greatest strength. Pain can be transformed into power. It is easy to embrace the victories. It is easy to celebrate the mountaintops. But it is in the valley, in the shadows, in the midnight hours of life that you learn who you really are. Gold is refined only by fire. Diamonds are forged under pressure. Strength is not born in comfort. It is born in suffering. The very thing you thought would destroy you can become the very thing that defines you. You may be sitting today with a heart that feels shattered, with dreams that feel beyond repair. You may be thinking, how can anything good come from this? But I promise you, your pain is not wasted. Every tear, every struggle, every heartbreak has the power to shape you into a person of greater depth, greater compassion, and greater resilience. What once felt like a curse can, in time, become the very gift that empowers your future. Think about this. A seed must first break beneath the ground before new life can emerge. Without the breaking, there is no growth. Without the pressure of the soil, there is no strength in its roots. The same is true of us. The breaking seasons of life are not designed to bury you. They are designed to build you. Your pain is not a tomb. It is a womb. Something new is being born in you, even if you cannot see it yet. Yes, pain hurts. It strips away the illusions we hold about control. It forces us to confront weakness. It humbles us and brings us face with our own humanity. But in that humility, in that rawness, something beautiful happens. We begin to change. We begin to discover that our strength was never in avoiding pain, but in enduring it, learning from it, and rising above it. Pain is a teacher like no other. It teaches you endurance. It teaches you gratitude. It teaches you courage to face tomorrow when today nearly broke you. Many people run from pain, but I tell you, do not waste your pain. Do not drown it out. Do not silence it with distractions. Lean into it. Let it refine you. For inside that pain is hidden power. Power to stand when others fall. Power to speak hope into someone else's darkness because you've walked through your own. Power to rebuild after loss and to love again after heartbreak. The world does not need perfect people. The world needs people who have walked through pain and come out stronger, wiser, and more compassionate on the other side. Every scar you carry tells a story. Some of you have scars that are visible, and some of you carry scars no one else can see. But scars are not signs of weakness. Scars are proof that you survived. They are evidence that the wound did not have the final word. And when you show your scars, you give courage to others who are still bleeding. You show them that pain is not permanent, that healing is possible, that power can indeed be born from suffering. Let me remind you of this. What breaks you today can build you tomorrow. You may not see it now. You may feel as though the weight is unbearable, that the valley is endless. But even valleys lead somewhere. Even the darkest night must surrender to dawn. And when morning comes, you will not be the same. You will rise with a deeper understanding of yourself, with a strength you never knew you had, with a power that can only come from having endured. Do not despise your pain. Let it mold you. Let it carve out the shallow places of your heart so that greater love can fill them. Let it stretch you beyond your limits so you can discover how limitless your spirit really is. Sometimes it takes breaking to uncover what has been inside you all along. Pain may bend you, but it does not have to break you permanently. Pain may wound you, but it can also heal you in ways you never expected. There are people who allow pain to make them bitter, and there are people who allow pain to make them better. The difference is in the choice. You cannot control the storms that come, but you can decide whether they will destroy you or develop you. You can choose to let pain harden your heart, or you can choose to let it soften you to the needs of others. You can choose to give up, or you can choose to rise up. Life's greatest leaders, dreamers, and heroes were not made on easy roads. They were shaped in adversity. They were strengthened by rejection. They were humbled by loss. And because they endured their pain, they discovered their power. If they had been spared the suffering, they would have been robbed of the strength. The same is true for you. When life breaks you, remember this: brokenness is not the end. It is often the beginning of transformation. The cracks in your life let the light in. The wounds of your past can become the wisdom of your present. And the struggles of today can birth the strength of tomorrow. So if you feel broken, lift your head. If you feel weary, take one more step. If you feel defeated, remind yourself that you are still here. And as long as you are here, your story is not over. Pain is real, but so is hope. Suffering is real, but so is strength. Loss is real, but so is new life. You may be pressed down, but you are not destroyed. You may be shaken, but you are not finished. The day will come when you look back and say, that pain that almost broke me became the power that remade me. And in that moment, you will realize that the breaking was never meant to end your story. It was meant to prepare you for a greater one. So do not run from pain. Do not fear it. Let it do its work. Let it shape you into someone who cannot be shaken, someone whose spirit cannot be crushed, someone who carries power not in spite of pain, but because of it. My friends, when life breaks you, remember, pain can be transformed into power, and that power will not only carry you, it will light the way for others. When life breaks you, it feels as though the very ground beneath your feet has crumbled. You feel shaken, shattered, uncertain if you will ever find your footing again. The weight of disappointments, the sting of betrayals, the loss of what you held dear, they carve deep marks into your soul. And in those moments, it is tempting to believe that you are ruined beyond repair, that the pain has left a wound that will never heal. But I want you to understand this truth. Every scar carries a testimony. A scar is not the mark of weakness. It is the evidence of survival. A scar does not mean you were defeated. It means you endured. The wound could not destroy you, and now you carry on your very skin, on your very heart, the proof that you made it through. It may not have been easy. It may not have been pretty, but you are still here, and that alone is victory. We live in a world that glorifies perfection, a world that tells you to hide your brokenness, to cover up your flaws, to pretend as though life has not touched you. But the truth is, our scars are what make us real. They are the chapters of our story, each one etched into our being with pain and struggle, but also with courage and endurance. Every scar is a reminder that life tried to break you, and it failed. Think about it. The strongest trees are those that have endured the fiercest storms. Their branches may be twisted, their bark scarred, but their roots run deep into the earth. They have faced the winds. They have felt the lightning. They have been battered by rain, and yet they still stand tall. And so it is with you. The storms you have faced have left their marks. But those marks are the proof that you are still standing. Every scar tells a story. Some scars remind you of battles fought and won. Others remind you of lessons learned the hard way. Some scars carry memories you would rather forget, yet they are also proof that you rose from what could have destroyed you. They are not ugly, they are sacred. For in each scar, there is strength, there is resilience, there is testimony. You see, life does not shape us in the easy moments. It shapes us in the trials, in the breaking, in the times when we thought we could not endure. It is in the nights of silence, when no one sees your tears, that your spirit is being refined. It is in the mornings when you rise despite exhaustion that your strength is being forged. And when the dust settles, you do not emerge unmarked. But those marks are what make you powerful. Maybe life has broken you in ways you never expected. Maybe you have lost relationships you thought would last forever. Maybe your dreams collapsed before your eyes. Maybe sickness, grief, or hardship came like a thief in the night. Those wounds cut deep, and they may still ache even now. But with time, those wounds become scars, and those scars become testimonies. One day, what once brought you to your knees will become the story that lifts someone else to their feet. One day, your pain will become someone else's hope. And that is the beauty of scars. They are not just about you. They are about the lives you will touch, the hearts you will encourage, the people who will see your strength and realize that they too can survive. Your scars become a light to those still in the dark, a reminder that brokenness is not the end. But let me tell you this, scars are not formed without pain. They are born out of wounds, out of battles, out of suffering. And yet, you must remember the presence of a scar means the wound has healed. You may carry the memory, but you are no longer bleeding. You may carry the mark, but you are no longer broken in the same way. A scar is the proof that healing is possible. That time does bring restoration, that nothing stays shattered forever. So instead of hiding your scars, embrace them. Instead of being ashamed of what you've endured, let it become your strength. Show the world that you have survived. Show them that you have walked through fire and came out refined. Show them that you may be marked, but you are not defeated. When life breaks you, remember this: the breaking does not define you, the scars do. The scars prove that you overcame. The scars prove that you did not give up. The scars prove that your story is still being written. And though life may have tried to silence you, those scars speak louder than any pain ever could. Every scar carries a testimony of resilience, of strength, of faith, of perseverance. A testimony that you are greater than what tried to destroy you. And when you look back years from now, you will realize that the very things that once brought you to your knees became the very things that gave you the wisdom, the courage, and the compassion to live with purpose. Do not despise the breaking. Do not resent the scars. For without the breaking, there would be no growth. Without the scars, there would be no story to tell. Without the testimony, there would be no hope for those who follow after you. So today, if you feel broken, if you feel as though you are at the end of your rope, hold on. The pain you feel today is the testimony you will carry tomorrow. The scar you will bear will be the reminder that you survived. And survival itself is victory. Lift your head, even if it feels heavy. Take one step, even if it feels small. Speak one word of hope, even if your voice shakes. For every step you take is a declaration that you will not be destroyed. Every tear that falls is watering the soil of your future. Every scar that forms is writing a testimony that will outlive your pain. Remember, the night always feels longest just before the dawn. But dawn comes, healing comes, strength rises again, and when it does, you will not just be restored, you will be transformed, stronger than before, wiser than before, more compassionate, more resilient, more alive than you ever imagined. So wear your scars proudly, for they are not signs of weakness but symbols of triumph. They are not reminders of defeat but of deliverance. They are not the end of your story. They are proof that your story continues. And when life breaks you, let it, because in the breaking, something new is born. In the breaking, the old is shed. In the breaking, you discover that you are unshakable. And when you rise again, scarred but not destroyed, you will carry with you a testimony that will shine brighter than any pain ever could. Every scar carries a testimony, and your testimony will inspire the world. My friends, there are moments in life when the weight of existence becomes so heavy that it feels as though our very soul is being crushed. We face heartbreaks that leave us gasping for breath, betrayals that cut deeper than a knife, losses that make the world feel empty, and failures that whisper lies in the quiet of the night. When life breaks you, it feels like the end of the road, like all hope is gone, like your strength is too small to face another day. But I stand before you to declare that being broken is not your end. No, it is the breaking that often opens the doorway to your destiny. A seed cannot grow until it is buried, until the shell that once protected it is split apart. That breaking feels violent, it feels final, yet it is necessary for new life to emerge. And so it is with us. The very moments that shatter us, the very seasons strip us of what we thought we needed, may be the exact moments that are preparing us for something greater. You see, when life breaks you, it is not meant to bury you, it is meant to plant you. And if you will endure the darkness of that soil, if you will not give up when all you see is dirt and shadows, you will rise stronger, deeper, and with roots that storms cannot shake. But it is not easy, is it? Brokenness has a way of making us question everything we thought we knew. When your dreams collapse, when your health fails, when the people you trusted walk away, when the plans you made dissolve into nothing, it is natural to wonder if there is any purpose left. You may cry out, "Why me? Why now? Why this?" And though the answers do not always come in the moment, I want you to know that your pain is not wasted. Every tear, every sleepless night, every battle fought in silence is shaping you, molding you, preparing you for the destiny that lies ahead. It is in the breaking that humility is born. It is in the breaking that compassion grows. It is in the breaking that strength is forged. Think about it. How could you comfort someone in sorrow if you had never known pain yourself? How could you encourage another soul in despair if you had never walked through the valley of shadows? How could you lead others into victory if you had never tasted defeat? The breaking does not disqualify you. It equips you. It gives you a story that carries power, a testimony that cannot be denied. Do not despise your scars, for they are not signs of weakness. They are marks of survival. Every scar on your heart and mind is a reminder that you endured, that you overcame, that what was meant to destroy you could not keep you down. Scars tell the world that the breaking did not end your story. It was simply a chapter that shaped your destiny. And when you rise from the ashes, when you stand again after the world thought you would never move, your life will shout louder than words ever could. I am not defeated. I am not finished. My breaking was my beginning. But here is the truth you must embrace. When life breaks you, you have a choice. You can surrender to despair, or you can choose to believe that there is more beyond the pain. The enemy of your soul wants you to think that your brokenness is permanent, that nothing good can come from it, that the rest of your days will be dark. But I am here to tell you that there is light ahead. There is hope beyond the hurt. There is purpose beyond the pain. Your breaking is not final. It is formative. It is shaping the person you were created to be. Some of you may feel forgotten right now. You may look around and see others thriving while you are struggling just to keep breathing. But remember this, when a seed is underground, it looks like nothing is happening. Hidden in the soil, unseen by the world, the roots are taking hold. And when the time is right, that seed will push through the earth and rise into the light. That is what is happening in your life. You may feel buried, but in truth, you are being planted. Do not mistake delay for denial. Do not mistake silence for absence. Your season of breaking is also your season of becoming. The greatest figures in history, the strongest men and women of faith, the leaders who left a mark on this world, they all knew what it meant to be broken. They all walked through fire, faced opposition, endured trials that tested their very soul. And yet they discovered a secret, that the breaking was not the end, but the beginning of their true calling. Their stories are proof that destiny is often born in the darkest nights, and triumph is often hidden within the deepest trials. My friend, you cannot control the storms of life, but you can control how you respond to them. You cannot choose whether life will break you, but you can choose whether you will stay broken. You can choose whether you will let the pain define you, or whether you will rise from it refined and renewed. Do not let bitterness take root in your heart. Do not let despair rob you of tomorrow. Instead, let the breaking push you to become more than you ever imagined. Let it open your eyes to new possibilities, new strength, new vision. Yes, you may walk with a limp after the breaking. You may carry scars that never fully fade. But even then, you will walk with a deeper wisdom, a stronger faith, and a fire that no storm can extinguish. Your limp will remind you of where you came from, but it will not hold you back from where you are going. Your scars will remind you of battles fought, but they will also remind you of victories won. And when others see your strength, when they see that you rose again after life tried to bury you, they will find hope for their own journey. So I say to you today, do not run from the breaking. Do not curse the season of pain. For what feels like the end may be the very place where your destiny is born. The breaking is painful, yes, but it is also purposeful. It is the hand that shapes you, the fire that refines you, the doorway that leads you into your future. The night may be long, but morning always comes. And when it does, you will rise, not the same as before, but stronger, wiser, and unshakable. You will carry with you the lessons that can only be learned in the valley, the strength that can only be forged in the fire, and the faith that can only be tested by storms. So lift your head, wipe your tears, straighten your shoulders. This is not the end of your story. The breaking was not sent to destroy you. It was sent to prepare you. And when you walk through that doorway into your destiny, you will understand that every tear, every struggle, every scar was worth it. Because in the breaking, you were not defeated. You were being remade for greatness.